Imagine waking up in a cozy Norwegian apartment, sunlight streaming through minimalist furniture. The dream of Norway is stunning landscapes, vibrant cities, and a high quality of life. But behind the dream is a price tag. Living here comes with high costs. We'll peel back the layers and look at the real numbers behind the Norwegian dream. Imagine starting your day in Norway, waking up, grabbing a coffee, and catching a bus. That's already over $20 spent, just on basics. For newcomers, these everyday costs are a real shock. A coffee, a bus ticket, a simple lunch. None are luxuries, but all add up fast. In Norway, budgeting isn't optional. It's essential from day one. Norway's stunning scenery and high happiness rankings are real, but there's more to the story. Daily life here means high grocery bills, transport costs, and pricey haircuts. From breakfast to dinner, we'll break down what things really cost. High wages balance high expenses, creating a unique economic ecosystem. Join us for a realistic look at Norwegian life and see if it's right for you. In Norway, your morning coffee isn't just a ritual, it's a lesson in local economics. A regular cup costs $5 to $7, reflecting high wages, rent, and taxes. That's why many Norwegians brew at home and carry a thermos. Saving money is part of the culture. So, a cafe visit becomes a treat, not a daily habit. Coffee here is more than just a drink. In Norway, making breakfast at home is the norm, since eating out is expensive. But even at the supermarket, food prices can be surprisingly high. A simple breakfast, bread, cheese, milk, and eggs, quickly adds up. Your bill might feel like a full shop elsewhere. High prices are due to local production and import tariffs. So, shopping smart and planning ahead is essential in Norway. Oslo and Bergen are Norway's two largest cities, and both are expensive, but Oslo usually tops the charts. Everyday costs, like coffee or a pastry, are a bit higher in Oslo than in Bergen. The difference is just a few kroner, not enough to change your budget. Ultimately, your choice is about lifestyle, not big savings. Both cities will squeeze your wallet. After breakfast, most Norwegians rely on excellent public transport, buses, trams, and ferries to get around. Monthly passes are common, costing about $85 in Oslo and $73 in Bergen. The commute brings together people from all walks of life, making mornings communal and eco-friendly. In Norwegian cities, public transport is the backbone of daily life, efficient, clean, and almost always on time. For locals, a monthly pass is essential. It gives unlimited travel on buses, trams, metro, and ferries, making city life simple and affordable. With a pass, you can explore freely without worrying about the cost of each trip, integrating you into the city's vibrant flow. In Norway, owning a car is a luxury. High taxes, tolls, and some of the world's most expensive gas make driving costly. Filling up can easily top $100. Add in tolls and pricey parking, and it's clear why many Norwegians rely on public transport or car sharing instead. Public transport rules in Norway's cities, but the real magic is out in the wild landscapes, fjords, mountains, and coastline. Traveling between cities, especially by train, can be stunning but pricey, unless you book tickets far in advance. Road trips are epic, but high fuel and ferry costs add up fast. In Norway, unforgettable scenery comes at a price, but it's always worth it. Lunchtime in Norway means a tough choice. Pay a premium for convenience, or find a smarter way to eat. Cafes and bakeries are everywhere, offering sandwiches and salads, but expect to pay $20 for a basic meal, plus extra for a drink. For many, that's too steep for a daily habit. Company canteens offer relief. Subsidized buffets with hot dishes and salads, saving employees hundreds each month. Students get similar deals at university canteens, but everyone else faces Norway's high lunch prices. The result? Most Norwegians skip the cafe and turn to a more practical, homegrown solution. The high cost of eating out has shaped a uniquely Norwegian lunch culture. Think McDonald's is cheap everywhere? Not in Norway. A Big Mac meal costs $14.60, double what you'd pay in many countries. Even just the burger is $8. High wages and operational costs drive up prices, making fast food a mid-range treat, not a budget option. Here, grabbing McDonald's is more like a casual restaurant outing than a cheap fix. It's a reminder. In Norway, even global brands adapt to local realities. The idea of a cheap meal is all relative. Dining at a restaurant for lunch in Norway is a splurge, not a routine. Expect to pay $25–30 for a main course, burgers, pasta or fish, plus $10–15 for a drink. Alcohol is heavily taxed, making even a single glass of wine a luxury. Most people save restaurant lunches for business meetings or special occasions. Eating out is intentional, not spontaneous, and always a planned expense. Free water is the norm. Alcohol is a rare indulgence at lunch. In Norway, a restaurant meal is about the occasion, not just the food. How do Norwegians really do lunch? The answer: matpakke, the humble packed lunch. Slices of whole grain bread with simple toppings, wrapped in wax paper, are the norm from school kids to CEOs. It's practical, quick, and costs less than $1 a day. The matpakke is a cultural equalizer and the ultimate money saver. Lunch breaks are short, so efficiency matters more than variety. Embracing matpakke is the fastest way to adapt and save in Norway. Sometimes, the simplest traditions are the smartest financial moves. Need a haircut? Prepare for sticker shock. A basic men's cut runs $40–70. Women's cuts start at $80 and can soar past $150. These prices reflect high wages and operating costs, not luxury. Many stretch the time between visits, opt for low-maintenance styles, or even cut their own hair. Some plan haircuts for trips abroad. In Norway, a haircut is a budgeted event, not a casual errand. It's another reminder: everyday services come at a premium. Staying active is part of Norwegian life, but gym memberships aren't cheap. Budget gyms cost $30–40 a month, premium chains run $50–80. Higher prices mean better equipment, classes, and amenities. Many see it as a worthwhile investment, especially during long winters. Still, hiking and outdoor activities remain free and popular. For many, the gym is about convenience and community, not just fitness. In Norway, even staying fit is a calculated expense. In Norway, afternoons are for more than errands. They're for the beloved kaffepause, or coffee break. It's a social ritual, whether at a cozy cafe or around the office coffee machine. Many treat themselves to a Skilling's bowl and coffee, though it can be pricey. At work, free filter coffee brings colleagues together for a quick, refreshing pause. No matter the setting, these breaks are a cherished part of Norwegian life. As the workday ends, many Norwegians stop at the supermarket, not for a big shop, but to grab dinner ingredients. The goal: get in, grab what you need, and get home. But even a simple meal, like salmon, potatoes, and veggies, can quickly add up, often costing around $20. The after-work grocery run is more than shopping. It's a daily exercise in budgeting and resourcefulness. In Norway, home-cooked dinners are a cherished tradition, driven by the high cost of eating out. Families gather for middag, sharing simple, wholesome meals like kjøttkaker or fish soup. While cooking at home is cheaper than dining out, it's still a significant expense. That's why traditions like Taco Friday help keep costs predictable and make dinner a fun, shared ritual. Dining out in Norway is a special planned treat, never just a casual stop after work. Evening meals are pricier, with a 3-course dinner and wine easily reaching $200 for two. That's why Norwegians often host dinner parties at home, sharing food, laughter, and warmth with friends. Norway's high prices might shock you, but they're matched by some of the world's highest wages. Even retail and service jobs pay a living wage, thanks to strong unions and a robust economy. So, that expensive coffee or haircut, it's balanced by bigger paychecks, making Norway's system work for everyone. While the high gross salaries are certainly attractive, it's essential to understand that your take-home pay will be significantly lower. Norway's extensive welfare state, which provides high-quality public services like healthcare, education, and infrastructure, is funded by taxes. And the tax rates are progressive, meaning the more you earn, the higher the percentage you pay. When you receive your first payslip, you might be surprised to see a large chunk of your earnings deducted for taxes. This is a crucial part of the salary and cost of living balance that can be jarring for newcomers. The Norwegian tax system is fairly straightforward but comprehensive. Income tax is deducted automatically from your salary by your employer through a system known as forskuddstrekk. The amount is based on a tax card, or skattekort, that you receive from the tax authorities, which estimates your income for the year. A typical employee can expect to pay anywhere from 25% to 45% of their income in taxes, depending on their salary level. This includes contributions to the National Insurance Scheme, which covers pensions, unemployment benefits, and sick leave, ensuring a strong social safety net for all residents. So, what do you get in return for these high taxes? This is where the value proposition of the Norwegian model becomes clear. The taxes you pay fund universal healthcare, meaning you don't have to worry about massive medical bills if you get sick. They pay for free education, from primary school all the way through university, for you and your children. They fund well-maintained roads, efficient public transport, generous parental leave policies, and subsidized childcare. These are all expenses that, in other countries, you might have to pay for out of pocket with your post-tax income, often costing thousands of dollars a year. Understanding this trade-off is key. You are essentially prepaying for a wide range of high-quality services through your taxes. This reduces the number of large, unexpected expenses you might face, creating a more predictable and stable financial life. While seeing a third of your salary disappear before it even hits your bank account can be tough, you have to factor in the immense value of the public services you are receiving. The high salary is designed to cover both the high cost of living and the high tax burden, which in turn provides a secure and supportive society. So, we have high prices, high salaries, and high taxes. How does this all come together in the daily life of an average person? The surprising result is that for most people living and working in Norway, life feels, well, normal. Despite the eye-watering prices that shock tourists and newcomers, residents who are earning a local salary are generally able to live comfortably. They are not constantly struggling or feeling poor. The system, for the most part, is balanced. Your Norwegian salary is calibrated for Norwegian prices and Norwegian taxes, creating an equilibrium that allows for a good quality of life. You quickly adapt to the new economic scale. You learn that a 60-krone coffee is a treat, not a daily necessity. You embrace the matpakke for lunch. You become a savvy shopper, paying close attention to weekly sales and planning your meals. You prioritize spending on things that offer real value, like a monthly transport pass, or experiences like hiking in nature, which are free. You learn to socialize by inviting friends over for dinner instead of always meeting at expensive restaurants. These are not seen as sacrifices, but as normal, sensible choices that everyone around you is also making. The result is a society where there is less emphasis on flashy consumerism and more on experiences, community, and work-life balance. Because basic needs like healthcare and education are covered. People have less financial anxiety about life's major uncertainties. There is a sense of collective security. This allows people to focus their disposable income on what matters to them, whether it's hobbies, travel, or simply having more time with their families. The high cost of goods and services also encourages a more sustainable and less wasteful lifestyle, which aligns with the country's environmental values. Ultimately, the balance between salaries and the cost of living creates a society that is less about what you can buy and more about how you live. While you might not feel rich in the traditional sense of having vast amounts of disposable cash for luxury goods, you often feel rich in other ways. Rich in time, thanks to a standard 37.5-hour work week and ample vacation. Rich in safety, living in a low-crime society built on trust. And rich in nature, with stunning landscapes just a short bus ride away. This is the true balance, and for many, it's a trade-off that is well worth making. After a day tracking expenses, from a $6 coffee to a $20 home-cooked salmon dinner, it's clear, Norway is expensive. But behind the beautiful scenery lies a reality: high prices balanced by high salaries and strong social welfare. The Norwegian dream is alive, built on careful planning and a unique appreciation for quality of life. While the financial aspect is a huge part of the story, it is far from the only one. For the millions of people who happily live in Norway, the high cost is a trade-off they are willing to make. Why? Because what you get in return is often priceless. The worth it equation is deeply personal, but it almost always involves the exceptional quality of life that the country offers. This goes far beyond monetary value and touches upon the core aspects of well-being, safety, and a connection to the natural world. These are the benefits that often tip the scales in Norway's favor. Think about the feeling of safety and trust that permeates society. People leave their babies in strollers outside cafes, and lost wallets are often returned with their contents intact. This low-crime, high-trust environment reduces a significant amount of daily stress and anxiety. Add to that the incredible access to nature. The concept of friluftsliv isn't just a slogan, it's a way of life. Having the ability to go for a hike in the forest, swim in a fjord, or ski in the mountains, often just a short bus ride from the city center, provides a sense of freedom and well-being that is hard to quantify in monetary terms. Furthermore, the work-life balance is not just a corporate buzzword, it's a protected and cherished part of the culture. A standard work week is 37.5 hours, and overtime is the exception, not the rule. Long paid vacations are the norm, giving people ample time to rest, travel, and spend with their loved ones. The generous parental leave policies allow parents to be present for their children's early years without financial ruin. These societal structures prioritize human well-being over relentless productivity, contributing to a pace of life that many find more sustainable and fulfilling in the long run. Ultimately, for many residents, these intangible benefits far outweigh the high cost of a Big Mac or a pair of jeans. They would rather pay more in taxes and for daily goods in exchange for universal health care, free education for their children, and a society that feels safe, stable, and balanced. It's a different set of priorities, one that values collective well-being and life experiences over individual consumer power. Whether this trade-off is worth it is a question only you can answer, but for many, the quality of life in Norway is a form of wealth that no amount of money can buy. We have taken a comprehensive tour of a day in Norway, examining the costs from morning until night. We've seen how high salaries and a strong social safety net create a balance that makes life manageable and, for many, deeply rewarding. The Norwegian experience is one of contrasts, stunningly beautiful but strikingly expensive, rooted in simple traditions yet highly modern and efficient. It's a country that challenges your perspective on what things should cost and encourages a more mindful approach to spending, consumption, and living. The journey to understanding this balance is a core part of making a life here. From the $6 coffee that encourages home brewing to the $80 haircut that makes you value a good trim, every expense tells a story about the country's economic and social structure. It's a system where high prices support high wages and high taxes fund a high quality of life. Embracing this logic is the key to moving past the initial sticker shock and appreciating the stability and security that the model provides. It requires a shift in mindset, from focusing purely on the cost of goods to understanding the value of the society. Those costs help to build and sustain. If you're still curious about what it's really like to live in Norway and want more real stories, price breakdowns, and insights into this fascinating culture, be sure to subscribe to the channel. We will continue to explore all aspects of life in this corner of the world, from navigating the bureaucracy to making the most of the incredible natural landscapes. The journey of an expatriate is full of surprises, challenges, and wonderful discoveries, and we're here to share that journey with you, offering practical advice and honest reflections every step of the way. Now I want to turn the conversation over to you. After hearing about all these prices, the daily groceries, the cost of a simple meal out, the transportation fees, I'm curious to know what you think. What was the one price that shocked you the most? Was it the cost of a fast food meal, the price of a car, or something as simple as a loaf of bread? Let me know in the comments below. Sharing our experiences and perspectives is a great way for all of us to learn more about this incredible and incredibly expensive country.